toughest schedule we can possibly play. And so going on the road to Syracuse, New York, 5-hour drive, and playing, one of the New York State's better teams is a huge challenge on the road. Saturday afternoon game. So just purely from a basketball perspective, one heck of a challenge. And I think again, just another in a long line of challenges that we try to put in front of the kids throughout the course of every regular season, with the goal of getting them ready for the playoffs. So this will check that box. It's going to be one heck of a grind. Great program, well coached, great kids, and so forth. So if we don't play well, we'll lose. If we play well, it's probably a toss-up, is my guess going into it.
From what Brad has said to us, we expect them to be a really, really good team. Like, they're a really disciplined team, and they're going to come after us, just like every team does. But with them being a team from New York, they're definitely going to come at us because no one wants to lose to a New Hampshire team. So it should be a really good test for us this weekend.
We're just thinking about us. I think, because that's what we've always been doing. Obviously walk through, we talk about the other team, but that's for 5 minutes. So we usually just think about us, think about our game, how we want to play, and if we determine how we play, then the scoring will come, the defensive stops will come, everything will come. So just playing our game, I think, is what we're really focusing on.
Not really. We played them last year only one time, so people come and go, so you can't really say, oh, they're going to have this scrub. But we have some film on them that we'll be able to watch, but we're not going to be able to say this team was really good or this team was really good that they played, because we don't know their division or their conference that they play in. So we're just going to have to come ready for anything.
I think that once we kind of go over our perspective of them, then it's kind of a whole game changer. And now that we have stuff written down, we have Arya writing down every number, every play, and once we go over it, I think it's just gonna be kind of our game, and we go over that, and I think we're ready.
I'm excited to play the New York team too. They're a solid team, and I'm still gonna feel like part of it almost because I kind of learned their plays and stuff. So it'll be cool to see if it helped out and watch that all play out live.
Definitely a good team bonding again. We're all going to be together. We're all going to be staying in the hotel together, going out to eat and everything. So it'll be good that we'll get to stay close and really bond with each other again. And also that we're going to get to play some good competition, not someone we see every year or whatever. So it'll be good to switch it up and actually have a nice competitive game where we're going to have to play good start to finish. We have to leave school early Friday, so. But no, I think Saturday and that whole weekend is going to be really fun. We'll just be able to spend more time together. And hotels with your team are always fun. So going out, playing a team that we've never played before. They're a really good team, so we just need to go with our A game. And then we get to go to the Duke-Syracuse game Saturday night, so it's going to be a fun night for all of us. So this weekend should be a really fun weekend for all.
We'll hang around the hotel together. We'll get a couple of team dinners. We got a little surprise for them that we're going to stay Saturday night so we can take a little edge off the trip. And we're going to take them to the Duke-Syracuse men's game, at the Carrier Dome. So try to have a lot of fun with it. At the same time, we're, sort of focusing on the business aspect of it and, trying to maintain that balance, something we try to do with, throughout the course of every season.
Really neat. Obviously, not that many teams get the opportunity to do this, so we really, bond a lot more, and especially with the upperclassmen and the underclassmen, I think we really become more of a team, getting the opportunity to just hang out, go to a basketball game after we play, all kind of just being together, a different environment. I think it's really good for us as teammates and as people to kind of get us come together.
I'm really excited. I think I've never been to New York like this, at a tournament like this or a game like this, so I think it's going to be really exciting. I don't know how the court's going to look. I feel like it's going to be a new atmosphere, and I think the opposing teams, parent section is going to be a new atmosphere, especially the opposing team themselves, and I think it's going to be a great game. I think that we're just going to play our hearts out. I think there's going to be a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of momentum, and I think we're going to take over this game.
Fortunately we do in the age of 21st century technology. If you want to look a little bit, you can usually find film on just about anybody. So, we've had a chance to watch 3 of their games. Obviously, they were here last year, so we have a base to build from. And the good news is that we've seen them this year. like I said, 2 or 3 times. The bad news is we've seen them 2 or 3 times, and they're very, very good. So, as I said, it's just going to be one heck of a tough challenge. I think the 5 hours in the bus and being in an uncomfortable setting, an unfamiliar setting, makes it a little more challenging. But that's part of the fun of it is, we always like going on the road. Aria says all the time, we like going on the road because it's just us. It's just us, and the only people that can win or lose a game is just us. So, it's a little bit of an extra kind of bonding and togetherness and connectedness that comes with going on the road into a really tough environment and having to figure out how to just one way or another try to win a game. Going to be a lot of interest, a lot of local interest in the game. And the last thing we want to do is, let them come into our building and dictate really any aspect of the game, whether it was tempo or physicality or intensity and so forth. So my challenge to the kids was to kind of grab the game by the throat from the opening tip, and then just play with that kind of intensity and aggression as long as they were in the game. And they did a great job. Jumped on them early, and they kept the foot down on the pedal and did a nice job.
He basically just said, like, we knew what we could do against that kind of team. We had to go out and play our best game, and every time we would score, he'd look at us, we're like, there we go. And then once we got it up to them scoring nothing, I think it was right near halftime, or even at halftime, they had no points, and we just knew that we could come out even stronger.
I kind of just talked to the girls and said, listen, I know we had like a hard week, everyone's kind of recovering, getting back into it, but let's just show Brad that we can play and that we're getting better and we don't have to go back to square one and just redo all the work that we just put in. Let's continue to keep going and playing our game how we've been playing, because we've been starting to get into it now and really play our basketball.
So, it wasn't Naples, Florida. It wasn't 80 degrees. It was cold, and it was, Syracuse, and with the wind and the cold and so forth. But it was another great opportunity for us just to spend a lot of time together. Mostly for the girls to spend a lot of time together, and that's a long bus ride. Going west in the New York State Thruway, we were on the bus together for 5 hours going out and 5 hours going back. And I remember the bus driver asked me, do you want to give the kids the Wi-Fi password? And I said, nope, don't. And some of them were still on their phone, but they don't like to burn their cell batteries down. So, it actually turned out great. They were 45 minutes into the trip, and most of their phones were down, and they were just talking to each other and singing songs, just having a great time interacting. And that, as much as the game itself, was what that weekend was all about, and it went great.
It was fun, actually. I really enjoyed it. It was fun. We got dismissed from school, which was fun, and we're all really close. My younger sister and Brenna's younger sister are freshmen, so we've kind of grown up with those girls, so we're all kind of close. And then we just all kind of all grown up together, so it wasn't just it's all right, whatever. We're all pretty close, and it was fun to hang out on and off the court and just enjoy each other.
It's fun, and I feel like it was a really good experience to bond with the team, and I feel like everybody got a lot closer.
I think that was probably our best trip that we've had in my 4 years. Minus Florida, but that was a trip of a lifetime. So this weekend, we all had a lot of fun. We went to the Duke-Syracuse game Saturday night, and our whole families were there. It was just a really good time. We had coaches there, and we were all sitting together, and you could just see the connection that we have this year as a team is completely different than any other year. So being with that team on and off the court is something special.
I think the bonding. I think we all kind of got closer. Definitely with the younger girls, they got more comfortable with us. We got more comfortable with them. So I think we're all a closer family. I think we're all closer together, and it makes a big difference on the court.
I think we're all just really excited and energized going into the game, and we thought they were going to be a lot better, so we were ready to go. And then they didn't play as good, so we just scored a lot in the beginning.
Everyone was kind of excited. We were in a new gym. It was supposed to be a really good game. We were kind of oh, if we don't play good, then that could go our winning streak. So we were kind of just pumped up, and we're really close. So we were kind of just having fun and excited, and had a lot of energy just throughout the week after our win against North. And I think a lot of it was, since we played good, we had a good practice week, and Brad wasn't all mad, and we had fun, and we did stuff that we like to do, so it was kind of just energy transferring. So yeah, I think some of that had to do with winning and having a good week.
We got out of school early Friday, so we were all excited about that. And then our drive to New York was probably one of the best bus rides we've ever had. We were all playing heads up, we were just all energetic, and it was a really fun time. And then we hung out a little bit on Friday night, had dinner together, and then Saturday morning everyone was just amped up, and we had a shoot around. It went pretty well compared to shoot-arounds we've had before. So, coming out of that shoot-around, we knew what we had for us coming into the game. And then once we walked into the gym, realizing the atmosphere we were going to play in, we all, got real excited. And then when it started, we just went from there.
When you are sitting on the bench, you kind of listen to what he's telling them and then focus on that when you go in. And you can watch who you think you might go in for and see what they're doing and what they're doing good and not so good, and try and pick up what they're doing. So it's experience, what you can see what their experience doing, and then try and add what you could bring.
I think it was a little surprise to us that that we were up by so much. I think we all thought that it would be a better game, but at the same time we knew it was go time, so it wasn't really a surprise to us when we were all working hard, moving together, pushing up and down the court. It was all kind of a team thing, so that wasn't a surprise to us, I don't think.
The seniors all roomed together, so we were oh, this is our last time rooming together. This is our last time going on a bus or whatever. And actually, Brad was the first one who kind of said this is our last road trip together, guys. And we were kind of oh yeah, it is. It was definitely bittersweet, but it was good that it ended. So the last trip was a success, and it worked out so well for us.
That was as you know, we sort of talked about this prior. That was game 6 of our sort of 6-game and 12-day stretch, and so in retrospect, couldn't have asked for a lot more in that 6-day stretch or 6-game stretch. Things went pretty well for us, and I think we got better as a team, and capped it off with, I think, probably from start to finish, our best all-around game of the year against a pretty good team. Really good basketball team, 5 hours away on the road, in their gym. hostile environment, great crowd, and so forth, and the kids just did a great job.